Garbage. Is that what Robert Saleh is? Garbage. Is that what Zach Wilson is? Garbage. Do you agree that they are garbage? First of all, let's start with Robert Saleh. Robert Saleh may be as bad as Adam Gase. And I know that's, you know, maybe he's less embarrassing than Adam Gase. Maybe somebody can argue that and say, well, he doesn't embarrass us as much. His eyes don't roll around. But I think his head and the way he just stands there like a statue, shrunk in his failure, is pretty embarrassing. I think the fact that he comes out at a press conference, and I don't want to hear, oh, it's coach talk. Really? He's still defending Zach Wilson. He's still trying to say the rest of the offense didn't do enough. He's trying to blame the defense who gave up, 13 points? And say, oh, well, you're not supposed to give up any points. No, 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 no. You are a clueless coach. You are clueless. He's a defensive coordinator, and that's who he is, a defensive coordinator. The problem is we need a head coach. We need a real leader. And that leaks into the reason Zach Wilson is on this team. I said it during our broadcast and the live reaction show, and I'll say it again. Zach Wilson is not an NFL quarterback. Zach Wilson has probably played more games than any quarterback ever in the history of the NFL that's this bad. He definitely is the worst quarterback to still be starting games in his third season. The worst. Remember, we've had 13 days. 13 days ago, on a Tuesday, we could have, or a Monday, picked up the phone and started the process of signing another quarterback. And Robert Saleh continues to defend Zach Wilson and continues to defend the decision to not get a quarterback. Obviously, Joe Douglas's biggest failure is Robert Saleh and some of the key decision-making he's done. He's built an amazing roster. I've defended him to the end. I don't even want to fire him. I don't want Joe Douglas to be fired. What I want is maybe to be a president of operations that come in and force him and Robert Saleh. This is what the two have in common: stubbornness. It's to force them to accept the fact and the areas of which they failed. Robert Saleh is a done deal. Fire him. And if Aaron Rodgers doesn't want to come back because of it, then don't come back. We can't be held prisoner. We can't be held prisoner. We can't be forced to keep this head coach because Aaron Rodgers says it's okay. I don't know about the coordinators because it starts at the head coach. And when you need a new head coach, the coordinators don't matter. They're not relevant to me. Robert Saleh is a failure. He has failed as a head coach. He's a very successful defensive coordinator. Hell, he can even keep the job here if he wants to be a defensive coordinator, but he has no business being in the role of a head coach. Zach Wilson, it's not even his fault. He's like many that have failed. He is not capable of playing in the NFL. He is the worst quarterback I have ever seen in the NFL play this many games. I cannot stress it enough. There's never been a quarterback this bad to play for this long. There's been horrible quarterbacks, but they play 1 or 2 games, and the coaches realize, they can't play in the NFL. Zach Wilson was a disgrace today, and the fact that Robert Saleh couldn't accept that and say our quarterback didn't play well enough just shows what a failure of a head coach he is. Ladies and gentlemen, Jets fans, our team is in worse despair than when we got rid of Adam Gase in 2020, and here's why. It's not a roster issue. It's the fact that we are held prisoner. We are held prisoner with Robert Saleh as our head coach and Zach Wilson as our quarterback. And guess what? Robert Saleh might actually be our head coach next year because we are stuck following the orders of Aaron Rodgers. So because of our inability to stand up to Aaron Rodgers and tell him we're going to make a change at head coach, we are stuck with Robert Saleh. And what that means is not even Aaron Rodgers is good enough to win us a Super Bowl. So we may as well not only kiss the playoffs goodbye this year, but there will be no Super Bowl next year because Robert Saleh will be the head coach. Unless Aaron Rodgers agrees to continue to come back and play for this team with a new head coach, there is no hope for this organization. This is the same old Jets. This is the same garbage. And I am out.